Is this a movie opening or a truck commercial? Carnivals. Man, Spielberg will lend his name to almost anything these days, won't he? Are the 2 whole beers here meant to indicate a drinking problem? Did the prop guy not have whiskey bottles on hand?
Importantly, where is my money?
Main character owes money to some asshole right out the gate cliche.
You owe Jack money too?
Wow, he owes money to more than one person? What a terrible guy that I have a feeling I should still root for some reason. Also, he owes $30,000, but since this is a movie about fighting robots in the near future, $30K in 2020 is probably only like $500 in today's money. Pull yourself together, dude.
Hey, mister. Is that ambush?
Jesus, how can you tell there's a robot in here from that distance when it's shrouded in darkness?
Can we get a picture with him?
Sure, for $5.
Exploitation of minors. Also, Hugh Jackman tries to charge little girls to look at his ambush.
Come on, last time I saw you, you're staring up at the ceiling at the Sam Houston Center with the taste of my right cross all over your face.
The last time I saw you two together, Hugh Jackman was beating your ass, but he had adamantium bones and you were covered in tons of fat makeup. But I could also be confusing 2 movies. I hate when I do that.
We agreed that my boxer would fight an 800-pound steer for $3 grand.
The robots are fighting living animals? Entertainment in rural America apparently gets real Roman Coliseum in the next 5 years.
Act like a girl.
Eh? So far, the only girls we've seen in this movie were too smart to get conned out of money by the quote-unquote hero. They should all try to be more like girls. A robot just punched a bull in the face. Stupid Hugh Jackman turns away from the field of play to accept kudos from the audience because he is stupid, and also the movie needed an excuse to fuck up his robot. This could have killed somebody. Somehow a fucking bull beats a goddamn robot, because the movie needs to show Hugh Jackman's character down and out, and apparently couldn't think of any less ridiculous way to do that.
Hey, give me that leg.
Sure, for $5.
Do these girls have parents? Also, girls who Charlie pissed off just happened to be in the right place to steal robot legs for immediate Charlie comeuppance. Also, wait, random child spectators are allowed to walk off with pieces of what is obviously this dude's robot? Just because he lost?
That was ridiculous, man!
The fact that in 2020 we'll still be calling things redonkulous.
Do you recall Carolyn Fallon?
Why didn't these assholes tell Charlie about his ex-girlfriend dying before the fight? My guess is they were waiting until the main character of this movie was at his lowest. This guy, who definitely should have known better, waited way too long to come collect on his winnings.
Charles Kenton, who is aware of this custody hearing, and we are expecting him.
Little known fact, Roland Emmerich did an uncredited tune-up on this script to make the deadbeat dad deadbeatier.
I'm here to sign some paper that releases my rights to the custody of my son.
Wow, selfish dickhead is dickhead. Why isn't he also wearing a t-shirt that says, "I break for me"? The director said, hey, wear sunglasses in a courtroom. It'll make you look like even more of an asshole.
Thing is, we're supposed to go to Italy this summer with my oldest friend and his wife. 2 months in Tuscany and all of.
What? The kid can't go to Tuscany? This entire father-son bonding movie is predicated on the fact that these super rich people somehow can't take the kid to Tuscany. Italy has babysitters. Evangeline Lilly isn't soldering my gadgets in this scene. Introduction of the love interest, and we already know everything we need to know about her. She's into boxing, robots, robot boxing, and is pretty. Yes, let's first go outside before exchanging this obvious money envelope.
Max, we'll see you at the end of the summer, honey.
A couple that seems to genuinely care about Max drives off literally 1.3 seconds after Max gets out of the car, as though they can't wait to spend a Max-free summer f***ing in Tuscany. The distance symbolizes distance. Instead of simply taking Max inside and making a clandestine transaction, Charlie pulls out an envelope full of cash so that Max can realize he was sold during the custody trial.
You gave me $50,000 to sign you over to her.
Skip, this movie is really beating a deadbeat dad horse. Man, Big Hero 6 really Ocean's 11 to this movie.
Brazilians are crazy about that talk to your robot crap.
That's racist.
Right, left, uppercut.
I knew that price was too good to be true.
Give me a second.
The guy who is an expert at robot fighters figures Noisy Boy is broken after 2 voice commands don't work, instead of thinking it's probably something very simple.
How the hell do you know Japanese?
Video games.
But no, bullshit.
Japanese bootlegs are always better.
But you didn't become fluent in Japanese playing them, that's for sure.
So, these reset to English.
This sophisticated fighting robot full of computer circuitry somehow doesn't understand English immediately, or have an English function in its remote control, and requires a manual language selection. Also, she didn't change his language to English, she changed it to American, so Robot will be calling it soccer from now on, assholes. By the way, when Charlie was calling about Noisy Boy, he was apparently getting a good deal, because this robot was defective in some way, with things he could live with. But this robot is pretty perfect, and it's insane it was sold for only $50,000. Crucial plot element finds its way into this movie via careless key whereabouts. Can't decide if the Soviet-style robot fight posters are a sin or awesome. So, sin.
Listen!
Give me a second.
We should take an undercard fight, make a little cash, and get the hell out of here!
This kid is right, and smarter than the adult in this instance, which is just cliche and unrealistic enough to earn a sin.
We'll take Midas!
The guy who was sure this robot was defective after 2 voice commands didn't work is now certain this robot is top-notch with absolutely 0 training and without learning its quirks. That is a very fancy microphone to announce dingy robot fights. Rohawk. It's absolutely unbelievable with money on the line that the robot control guys are basically in the middle of all the rowdy fans, where any asshole could mess up the whole fight by being an overzealous dick.
Easy
Easy money all night long!
Look, people are never learning dumbasses, I get it, but this guy seems to forget all too easily that his cockiness cost him his last robot against a bull. Yesterday, I think. I can't believe I'm saying this about a scene involving fighting robots, but skip.
What?
I hate hamburgers.
Kid hates burgers.
The kid hates hamburgers, a needless affectation passing as character building.
That's what you do, right? Anything you don't need, you just throw away.
After school special dialogue. Wanton tossing of delicious burgers.
These searchlights are automated, but you gotta time them right, so stay close.
In 2020, industrial recycling compounds go with the automated searchlight security instead of cameras, guards, or hell, even Rottweilers. There wasn't even an alarm when he cut the lock off the entrance. Is that a space shuttle? In a junkyard? Are we to believe that the searchlights don't even come around to this area? They just dodged the lights a couple of times and now they can go through this robot graveyard undetected?
That's a long way down. If you fell, you definitely...
God damn this movie. Dangerous Deadly Mudslide of Death is basically a totally survivable theme park ride. Also, this movie is, so far, basically the father-son version of Romancing the Stone. Machina ex machina. Charlie just saved his kid, which is nice, but he also almost killed him after having him for literally one day. And whoa, wait, what's this? Something hidden in the mud that will be this movie's protagonist? I dragged this heavy-ass robot up a f***ing cliff. And yeah, I totally avoided those stupid searchlights carrying this thing on a cart. Those things are so stupid.
What happened to you?
I don't know, let's rewind 10 seconds, shall we?
It took me half the night dragging him out of there.
So why don't you listen when kids are yelling reasons for their filthiness? Yeah, but wouldn't there be all sorts of sludge and shit inside its rusty innards? How the f*** does this thing work? Damn it, Danny Elfman. This is the same music from Good Will Hunting. You didn't think we'd notice, did you? The robot is named Atom, A-T-O-M, like the atomic age, but it sounds like Adam, A-D-A-M, the first man. I'd say something about how heavily they're anthropomorphizing the robot here, but all I can think about is up and at them. Adam is this close to the trash cans when we cut away, but it takes like forever and stuff for him to actually hit those cans. This kid's mom has died, and I think this robot is the first thing to give him a hug. Casual vandalism.
We both kind of grew up in this gym.
Hugh Jackman is 10 years older than Evangeline Lilly, so, you know, not really.
Did Charlie beat Nico Tandy?
No, Nico Tandy put me on my ass in the 12th round.
Jesus, that's the quietest and invisiblest Hugh Jackman has ever walked across a floor without anyone noticing.
That puts his real steel world championship belt on the line tonight.
Roll credits. Reporters are dicks to kids.
Marilyn Coma, daughter behind the father-daughter Zeus team.
Expositional reporting.
Recognizes patterns and rewrites his fight code instantaneously.
Okay, that sounds like AI, or at the very least, Syndrome's robots from The Incredibles. Regardless, how is the robot-fighting governing body not cracking down on this obviously unfairly advantageous bullshit?
And as much as I like you, dude, you're a bad bet, brother.
Anthony Mackie from $1 Million Baby is right. But is this movie trying to make us feel bad for Charlie, who's been nothing but a terrible f*** up this entire time?
Just peppering acid rot with punches.
Movie didn't want to show us that fight because it probably would have added $10 million to the final budget. So instead, let's get a kid to describe it.
I told you I hate hamburgers.
The burrito.
Okay, first of all, kid assuming any food in a bag is a burger. Second of all, Jackman ripping this bag with his teeth as though that was in any way necessary.
If he's still standing after one round?
Damn, did this dude get character lessons from Ninja before walking on the set? With this, the robots, and the Hugh Jackman, did they actually film Chappie in 2011 but turn it into real steel instead?
This ain't a video game, kid.
No, it's fighting with a control pad, not like a video game at all. Humans.
Let's get it out of that ping-pong in Hong Kong!
That's double racist.
You got 20 seconds.
Of course, he actually has 35 seconds after Charlie says this. Also, luckily, Adam gets knocked out right next to Max, so Max can encourage it to get back up through his human consciousness.
Let me take over.
Money makes Hugh Jackman turn into my old college roommate Brian, who, regardless of the game or situation, always swore he could take over for you and play better than you. Kid whom the movie needs to bond with his father over robot fighting is suddenly amazeballs at computers and coding and shit. Movie tries to break the record for Dr. Pepper product placement in one shot. And the record for the amount of caffeine consumed by a minor in 30 seconds. Teaching the robot dance moves may count as comedy, barely, but it definitely does nothing to help prepare the robot for the fighting challenges ahead of it. Who has time to do the robot without understanding that I don't, and while they do that, I seriously consider doing myself. Also, the robot does the robot. It was only a matter of time.
The circuit just leave out a noisy boy, and it works.
Kid uses the pronoun game because f*** you, that's why. And in the span of one afternoon, he taught this robot boxing. We've hit that point in the film. It's boxing, it's an underdog story, it's time for a montage. I wonder if Adam thinks of clips from Rocky 1 through 4 when he trains. Okay, so does this look like a fight that garners a 4-figure payday, win or lose? There's like 40 people here. Are they on some kind of robot circuit? which includes dive bars, formerly bull riding attractions. This movie explains nothing about the robot fighting circuits, worlds, underworlds, and rules. These guys get invited to Zeus's suite and just leave their fighting robot completely unattended. And nobody f***s with it, to our knowledge. Dun dun dun! Robot existentialism. Also, casual, family-friendly robot fighting movie basically shows us the birth of AI, as Adam recognizes his own form in the mirror and simultaneously fires Russian and American nuclear warheads, thereby beginning World War III.
I'd like to buy your robot.
This offer makes zero sense. Is she worried that this upstart robot has a chance to beat Zeus? Probably not. Does she think that Adam would make a great sparring partner for Zeus? Probably not. So what are we left with here, kids? A manufactured plot development? Probably.
And just to be clear, he's not for sale.
Tell me, besides a few dance numbers, has this kid done anything to endear himself to us yet? Because mostly he's been annoying. Why does any robot need two heads for any reason? What is the point of this abomination? Is it strictly marketing purposes? Opponent, who thinks the hero has no chance, starts laughing evilly because we need someone to hate in this fight, and after all, it's not their movie, so they're the villains and they can go f themselves, cliché.
See those geeks with the joysticks and consoles?
You mean you haven't had a talk about how these fights are different from backyard fights and prepared for this until now? What the fuck have you been doing this whole time? Seriously, I'm surprised the movie wasn't literally a Rock'em Sock'em Robots adaptation.
Right shoulder, right shoulder, right shoulder, he's got a towel!
During the time you guys figured out and discussed this robot's tell, it's amazing Adam isn't already lying on the ground spilling an oil puddle by now.
Right uppercut!
That's your left, but I guess he follows voice commands, so you're all good. Man, seriously, this kid needs to fall down another cliff or something. Hopefully one without a zombie robot ready to catch him.
I challenge Zeus to a fight anytime, any place, anywhere!
This f***ing kid.
Charlie boy.
Oh yeah, this asshole. I'm wondering, did we really need him in this movie? This will be 3 minutes worth of fighting that is pretty unnecessary to the movie on the whole, except they need to give the heroes more conflict. Did they stage this bullshit so that Charlie didn't think he was going to get a beatdown, only to appear dramatically on cue 5 seconds later? What the hell for? And can they not get Adam to protect them even if it's just to block these guys? Also, the movie makes it seem like Ricky is a bad guy, when in fact Charlie didn't pay the money he owed, and fled, and hasn't been a true hero once in this movie.
I don't want your money, Marvin.
I mean, what a dick this guy is.
Well, he won't even talk to me, so thanks for that, Charlie.
Talk about some thankless roles for awesome actors. Couple that loves Max is actually somehow a secondary villain in this movie.
You deserve better than me.
I mean, probably? Robot love is all well and good, but there's a lot to be said for, say, going to school and living somewhere not filled with robot parts. Did he just sneak into her bedroom? And wait, does she live in the gym? Charlie figures, well, I haven't done pretty much anything right in this movie. Might as well lie next to my ex-girlfriend in bed and see if she goes for it. Amazingly, she does.
I'm sorry about what happened with her.
A vague death is the most poetic death. Do we have any proof she wasn't killed by a robot?
Can we do this one last thing?
One night.
One night is all we need, thank you.
Seriously? After you just heard that he was sold, got in a fight, and basically the summary of this movie? Did the kid really not see the robot in the middle of the street until just now? For a kid who gets half orphaned and sold and shuffled around, he sure seems to get what he wants a lot of the time. So far, the only things these attractive people have done are be successful and offer a fair price for a robot and let a child have his wishes, right? And yet, villains. Movie finds a way to shoehorn the other characters in the finale, even though it makes no sense they would be here.
100K says Adam doesn't see round 2.
Movie that had overstayed its welcome an hour ago is now pissing on my couch and yelling slumber party over and over.
You heard me, homie.
Sure, let's make this guy a racist, too. I mean, he clearly wasn't a villain before this because he was actually in the right, but now he's going to insult a bunch of black dudes so that we hope this racist gets taken down. Yeehaw!
The undeniable champion of this universe and any other universe known or unknown.
The announcer sure is playing favorites there. Interstellar favorites. Favorites outside of time and space. Yelling, punching things. They were at f***ing 9, and they allowed him to get back up from this position before the countdown ended? Don't worry, there are still mega sexy babes used as accessories in the world of robot boxing. Only now they are dressed like mega sexy robot babes.
You have to fight the last round.
Movie steals the Woody Harrelson from Kingpin and gives the main character a chance at redemption by coming out of retirement for the big championship match. Hope you didn't forget about Shadow Mode, the way our former boxing hero can not only redeem himself but also win the match and the respect of his kid. If Adam is shadowing Charlie, then how does he know which direction to face when doing this? Every single time we've seen him shadowing in this movie, it's been a parallel image. But somehow, Adam knows to keep an eye on Charlie and face the killer robot at the same time. Different arms! How can this robot win if he doesn't know right from left?
Zeus is slowing down!
Somehow Charlie knew that this state-of-the-art Rocky Marciano of a robot would run out of juice before knocking Adam the f*** out. Luckily, he's right.
Override! Switching to manual!
What, does that magically make your robot have a new power core all of a sudden? Why does the right cross translate into a left cross for the robot? Shouldn't the shadowing be the exact same arms and everything?
Winner and still world robot boxing champion.
Movie decides, F it, we'll just steal the original Rocky's ending too.
People's champion? Sounds pretty good to me.
Yay! I hate him slightly less than the chick who owns Zeus.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
What secret? That he loves him? Or that the math has never seemed to add up and he might not be his kid? Or both? See? Now he's emulating the exact things Charlie is doing. So what was that shit earlier? How did they make that work? So who does the kid live with now? Does he go back to his aunt? Does he get to continue traveling and doing robot fights? And yeah, it looks like the aunt never really found out about the payment, and the uncle never gets in trouble for it. It's a happy ending for everybody.
And for all my friends in the media who like quotes, mark this quote down. From this day on, I would like to be known as the Big Aristotle.
My life don't need saving.
You want to die? Because that's what's going to happen.
On this very night, 10 years ago, along this same stretch of road, in a dense fog, just like this.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ba-la-la-la.
Hey, yo, DJ! What up? We got ourselves a nodder. No! Get up! Get him a body bag!
Wally.
First. No. Master? Yes, precious. First.
Players will be paid to the terrifying, the deadly, the amazing Spider-Man!
Baby, a shadow box, baby.
Amazingly, Tim, we will go to the... Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Alright, huddle up, ladies. It's time to make your fantasies come true. No, not those fantasies. These fantasies. FanDuel is here to make it happen.
Get your head on the ass!
FanDuel is the leader in one-week fantasy football for real money with immediate cash payouts and no season-long commitment.
No, I don't understand that.
Whether you're a fantasy sports veteran or new to it entirely, FanDuel makes it easy to get started making real money. Also, FanDuel makes sports more fun. Now that I'm competing in multiple games, I don't only care about my favorite team. I care about all the games I have players competing in. And with live updates from the iOS and Android apps,
We'll do it live!
I can see how I'm doing on the go. If you're not a football fan, don't fret.
And I hate fudge. Yuck.
You can also compete in NBA and MLB games. You don't have to spend a lot to play either. FanDuel offers all kinds of free contests as well as paid ones starting at $1.
But wait! There's more!
And they will match any deposit you make up to $200. The best part is I can compete with my friends, i.e. you guys. Sign up with the code CinemaSins, play in any tournament, and you'll automatically be entered into the CinemaSins private league. I'll announce the winners after the tournament ends so you can see how you stacked up.
Keep your hands off my stack.
If you're at the top of the heap, you'll win 2 tickets to an NFL game of your choice. That being said, any one of you beating me will earn 5 cents. So get yourself over to FanDuel and start playing for real money today. And don't forget to enter the code CinemaSins to automatically get an ass kicking by yours truly.